Welcome back to this already the final segment of The Price of Business. Todd Randolph is bookending today's show. He started it off, and he's ending it today. Todd, glad to have you back on. You're with USI.biz. Tell us real quickly about USI.biz, and then introduce your guest for us today.
And thank you for letting me bookend today. It's been fun. We're going to stay with the oil and gas industry as well. It seems to be a pretty hot topic here in Houston. So today I have on the show James Hahn. He is the founder of Tribe Rocket. It's a digital marketing consultancy. And then he also has a guest that we wanted to speak with as well. His name is Marty Schardp, and he is I'm going to make sure I get this right. He is the Executive Vice President of the American Association of Professional Landmen, and he also sees the operations of an organization called NAPE. And we wanted to make sure that we give them both a little time. And I'm going to start with James. James, tell us a little bit about Tribe Rocket and what you do.
Yeah, Tribe Rocket is a digital marketing consultancy, as you said, and what we do is we help build highly enthusiastic and engaged communities around brands to drive business objectives. And so in the oil and gas industry, that could look like anything from from wanting to get more website traffic to a website so that you can sell more of your product. There might be a PR play that you need to make where you're trying to enter a new area and maybe there's some resistance and you need to educate the public about how you operate and the benefits that you're going to bring. There's really millions of different angles that you could take digital marketing in oil and gas, and up until this point, there's been a bit of a hesitancy, within the industry to really go all in with digital marketing. And if you go to my website triberocket.com and check out the About page, I worked for a company called Drilling Info.
I just want to I need to intervene real quick. Our whole segment's around 8 minutes. We definitely want to make sure we get Marty in. I don't mean to be rude, but just try to keep our answers real short. Go ahead and please wrap up that answer.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's what we do.
Yeah, well, that's really good. I thought you kind of had some thought there. Marty, real quickly, I want to find out about NAPE. Tell us a little bit about that.
Sure. NAPE is basically it's an exposition. It's a central marketplace for oil and gas prospects and producing properties that are on display. We bring oil and gas companies all together in one location, along with capital formation companies, legal firms, and service and technology in one location, in one environment, provides an opportunity for them to trade and network and develop opportunities and offset risk for their businesses.
Awesome. Todd, your question.
Sure, that sounds like as big as the oil and gas industry is. That sounds like a big undertaking. What type of how big is this event, and what's the impact it has on the Houston economy?
Well, actually, we put on 2 events in Houston every year. This one that we're getting ready to do in 10 days in Houston will bring in between 17,000 and 18,000 people. We will fill up the entire George R. Brown Convention Center. We also do another one in Houston in August, and that will generate about 5,500 to 6,500. It's more of a regional event. We have regional events in Pittsburgh and Denver as well. Impact last year, 2013, in discussing with the city of Houston, we probably have had a $18+ million impact to the city of Houston with our events.
That's fantastic. James, how do you work with Marty?
Well, actually, that's funny. You asked that question. That's how I got my relationship with NAPE, is because I was beginning to speak about the hesitancy in oil and gas, and they've been some of the really at the forefront and really forward thinking, and it's really fantastic the way that they combine social and digital and their offline event, and they bring it all together. So that's how we developed the relationship.
Very cool. Go ahead there, Todd.
Yeah, we have of course, we have a broad audience. Although Houston is very broad within the oil and gas industry, clearly there's other types of businesses here in Houston. Are there any other types of business or sectors that participate at NAPE, and what's the attendance look like there?
Actually, this is really very specifically focused on the upstream oil and gas business. It's not even the whole oil and gas industry. We're looking at upstream, which, for those that don't know, is considered the exploration production part of the business, as opposed to midstream, which is the processing, and downstream, which is sale of gas at the pump. We're upstream. We look for, we find it, and we bring in those peripheral type of businesses like law firms, like capital market, things like Wells Fargo, Merrill Lynch, people like that who provide funding to do transactions, and then some service companies, mostly in the software and map type data, geological data type information, but we are primarily focused on the oil and gas companies themselves. That's what distinguishes us from other events. We're not a business. We're not an educational conference. We are an exposition to provide that outlet for companies.
Yeah, and by the way, James, I'm looking at TribeRocket.com. Very cool website. I want to encourage the listener to check that out, TribeRocket.com. Marty, what websites would you like to draw the attention of the audience to?
Meaning about our upcoming event?
Any website you'd like to promote, feel free to do so.
NAPEXPO.com. All one word, NAPEXPO.com.
Very good. Go ahead, Todd.
I'm curious, I guess, as far as the conference is concerned. Is there, and I said conference, I guess I should say expo. How long has this been going on, and what's the growth been like over this?
It's been amazing. We started out 21 years ago, and our first event was in the Westin over in the Galleria, and we did it several years there, but it took off right away. A lot of people were naysayers and said this would never go, and it took off, and it's just been building every year till we are the size we are today, to the point that we've expanded and started stepping out and providing regional events. It's a 3-day event. The first day we provide a business conference that is informational. It's to help upstream oil and gas business leaders for them, provide them information to help them in their strategic planning and aligning their businesses going forward. This year we're doing a big thing on what's the next steps now with the unconventionals and public policy versus private enterprise. What public policy? So we're having Ken Salazar speak about the current administration and what they're doing, and then Luke Keller with BP talking about private enterprise and how they're having to deal with the federal government. And then we're having regulatories. We're having Christy Craddock from the Texas Railroad Commission and Matt Lepore from the Colorado Oil and Gas Commission talk with oil and gas executives, and so we can know what the landscape is regulatory-wise. So that's our conference, and then Thursday kicks into the actual exposition, but we start the day with a decision maker's breakfast at 6:45 in the morning, where it's going to be a conversation with Alan Greenspan. We're bringing Alan Greenspan in to talk about the global economy, the U.S. economy, and how the oil and gas industry plays into all of that.
We've got to start wrapping it up. Marty, by the way, are you located in Houston or in the Dallas area?
I'm actually in Fort Worth. Our headquarters is in Fort Worth.
Very cool. I'm going to have to wrap it up. I do want to ask one real quick question over there to James Hahn. By the way, check out TribeRocket.com. Incredibly cool website. Are you limited in your marketing in helping energy companies, or what's the scope in terms of your clientele, James?
No, I certainly can help anyone who is looking to accomplish a business objective with building a community, with driving a lot of traffic to a website and converting them. It really doesn't it doesn't matter on the business objective, or I should say, it doesn't matter on the industry. The tactics and the strategies are the same across the board. I just love the oil business because I've been working in it for 3.5 years.
Check it out, triberocket.com. Love your website. Nice, clean, and professional. I see you're in the Fort Worth area as well. Last thought with on Todd Randolph. And by the way, he's at usi.biz. Why don't you wrap it up for us, Todd?
Yeah, and thanks to James and Marty for coming on today. I think it's clear from our guests on the show today that the economy, especially in Houston, is great and thriving, which drives everything that we do at USI and taking care of our clients and in providing benefits and the benefit services that we do. And thank you, Kevin, for having us all on today.
Great segment. Thanks to everyone, James, Marty, and Todd. When we come back on Monday, we're going to have much more for you, or rather Tuesday, much more for you. And I do want to remind you, of course, the best content here shows up over there at usathereview.com. While there, like it on Facebook, follow it on Twitter.